Good morning. Today we'll work on some visuals for our game, and to do that let's start from to untag our animator on our zombie that will stop our zombie from moving. So what we want to do when we shoot our zombie, nothing fun will happen, and when we shoot our zombie he will soon die and with any special visuals. So to change that, let's first work on our bullet prefab. Let's go to prefabs, bullet. Let's go to our scene view, double click bullet, and let's add FX trail renderer. To see our trail renderer, just move a little bit our bullet, and what you can see here, this trail, is what we'll work on. So first what we need to do is we want our trail to not be so wide as it is here for now. So let's change our width a little bit to maybe, yeah, this is okay, I think, for us, for our bullet. Then we want our trail to make like a V shape. To do that, let's add K at the end, and let's do something like, let's go to the 0, and when you move the trail a little bit more, you can see here how it looks like. This looks nice. One more thing to add here, you can change how long it will be with the time. So let's go for like 1.1, you will see it's very short. So maybe 0.5, it will be okay for us. We'll test it soon, so don't worry about that. And what we want to do is change the color. For color, let's use similar gold color as we have for our bullet, so maybe something like that. And at the second color we can keep it white, and we can change our alpha, so when it will shot, it will switch to, it will disappear at the end. One more thing, it's we should change material to see our effects, and please use sprite default. You can use what you want, default particles. I will show you the effect for the default particles. You can see here how it will look like, but I prefer, at least for my visuals, you can of course do your own as you like. I prefer to use sprite default. Okay, so I think that's the most important options we want to change here. So now let's change our bullet to 0, and let's test how they should look like for now. Yeah, we forget to change one thing. Let's go back to the bullet. View stretch and sorting layer. Let's change it for the gameplay. Okay, so now let's, when we shoot, you can see nice trail after our bullets. We can change it again because I would like them to be a little transparent, maybe on the start, to look more like the trail. So let's go here, let's change the alpha to 130, and let's shoot. Yeah, now it looks perfect. Okay, so the next thing we want to add is the hit enemy effect. We'll add some like splash of the blood. I know it sounds brutal, but you will see it will look fun when we play our game. So let's add FX, let's use particle systems, and let's again make it prefab, and let's change the name for hit enemy effect. So I need to do it here, hit enemy. Hit enemy effect. Okay, now what we want to do, okay, alright, okay, let's delete this one, and let's move it again as a prefab. Let's double click our prefab, let's go to our scene, and you can see our particles, how they work for now. What we want to do is to change visuals on our particles. First, we'll start from changing duration. No, sorry, let's go for the emission first. We want the rate over time is what you can see here. Our particles are generated, but I want them to be generated like burst. Let's change the this is our burst, so let's change the count for 15. The shape is okay for us because we have cone, or the cone shape now, so it's okay. But we want them to move faster, and we want them to be red and to disappear over time. So first let's change our duration. This is the cycle for our burst. So if we change like start time here from 0.1, you can see here what's happening. Okay, so the start lifetime is the lifetime of our particles. So let's change their lifetime random between 0, 1, 2.2. So part of them will disappear during the emission. Let's remove loop and let's play once. Okay. Next thing, we want the 0.1 here. Okay, that's nice burst. Let's change start speed. We want them to be high speed because it's heat effect. So let's again random between two constants, and let's place here 10 to 15. And start size, I recommend them to be 0. So we again want to random between two values, 0.8, and let's check. Yeah, that's nice burst of the heat effect. You can see here part of them are smaller, part of them are bigger, and some of them disappear sooner than others. What we want to do more is to change color for the red one. So yeah, it will be more like blot effect. And what we want to do more is to change the color over lifetime. So that will make them to disappear. We make them to sorry, let's hit presets. Let's choose white to not add any color here, and let's change the alpha to 0. So when we hit, as you can see here, our particles will disappear during the lifetime. One more thing I forget to change, we should change at the start. Let's go for the sprite default, and let's go for the texture sheet animation here, and let's change it to sprite. That way, if we would have our own particle visuals, we can change it here. So when we shoot, this is our effect. And it might be visible better on our gameplay. So let's go here, and when we have, let's do looping here on our heat effect, and you can see them here. They are too big, so we have to change their size, and we have to change their sorting layer on the gameplay to be above our background and everything else. So when we play, you can see here how the blood will splash, but I want it to be also changed because size is too big. So let's change it to 0.1, scale 0.1, 0.1, and let's check it here. This is too, maybe time is too small, so let's try again. Yeah, we want more burst here, so let's do it 15 to 20. Okay, that might be nice heat effect. So let's change it to 0, 0, 0, and let's override apply all. So that way we will apply our properties to our hit enemy effect in our prefabs. Let's delete this one, and we need to work a little bit on script for our bullet to generate our hit effect on the place where we hit our zombie. To do that, let's choose our bullet and double click on our script. Okay, so now we have here our script. We want to hit our zombie and to have our blood splash in opposite direction than the hit direction. So to do that, first we need to write a script for our bullet. So we have our script for our bullet, but we need to write a script for our hit position. So first we need to make public particle system that will be our reference for our particle system. That will be our reference for our enemy hit effect we just created, and we need to store value of the hit of the position for our bullet where the bullet is instantiated. I will explain it in 1 second. So it will be vector 3 start position. Oh, what's happened with my keyboard? Vector 3 start position, and now we need to calculate here our look direction for our instantiated position of our enemy hit effect. I know it sounds complicated, but we want to instantiate our enemy hit effect on game object dot. This is the transfer position of our bullet in the moment when we have collision with another game object. So here is our zombie for now, and we want to look into direction from where the bullet was hit. So for now, let's write quaternion look rotation. Here we put the value for rotation for our hit effect. So our look direction. So now we instantiate enemy hit effect on the position where our bullet hits something, and with the rotation we provide. And that rotation will be our vector 2 look direction, is equal to start position. It's the start position of our bullet. Sorry, we need to store first our start position. So it will be it will be our start position equal to get component of our transform. Sorry, that position. This is our position of our bullet when it's instantiated. So now our look direction start position minus start post minus collision transform position So now, as I said, this is the look direction. It's look direction from our. Now we are looking when we. It's the similar when we are rotating our player after our mouse. So now we are looking in the direction to from where the collision happened to the position where the bullet was instantiated. Okay. So now if we will move to our game here and go to our bullet script, and here we have our hit effect. Let's add it here, and now let's test. So when we hit, okay, we need to untag looping. So when we hit our enemy, as you can see here, the effect is instantiated in the direction from where we hit our zombie. I think it looks nice for now. Okay, okay, so here it's bugging a little bit. And to fix that, because we have two colliders, one for our zombie and one added for our animation. When we create that attack animation, when the zombie moves forward. So to fix that, we need to you will need to go to your collider and be sure that collider for our top zombie is a little bit wider than that one for the attack. So you can make the one for the attack a little bit smaller. So let's change the radius here to be like that, because attack will work anyway. And let's change this one on the top of the zombie. Yeah, to match correctly the zombie. Now, when we test again, everything should work fine, as you can see here. Okay, so it's working perfectly. So now, what we want to do more is to add our flash effect for our particle system for our weapon. So now let's go to our prefabs and let's go to our weapon, and here we'll add again the particle system, but this time it will be a little bit different. Okay, so our particle system, let's go with the 0, 0, 0, and let's change the rotation here for 0. First, let's remove the looping. Now it's a little bit annoying for me. Let's change this one for the sprite default. Let's go to the texture sheet animation. Let's apply. Let's hit sprite. And I have imported again KNN1 graphic. I will put a link in the description for the particle pack. So I'll use one of the particles for now. You can use whichever you want, but I strongly recommend to using one called Flash. Okay, not the Flash, maybe muzzle. Yeah, the muzzle Flash, whichever you want from that one. I will use maybe this one, looks nice for me. Okay, so as you can see here, if we will play the animation again, we'll have a lot of those flashes. Once again, before we forget, let's go to the gameplay, sorting layer, and to change that emission, let's do again 0 here. Let's do burst with 1, count of 1. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect, but we want to remove the starting speed of that animation. Okay, it's better, but the position is still not satisfying. And let's go to the shape. We don't want the cone, we want sprite position, and it's okay. We'll move it soon. And let's change here, of course, render alignment to the local, because we want it to be rotated together with our weapon. And to have that, when we will have our particle system under our weapon, we need to have random alignment local. Okay, so let's move to our duration. It will be 0.2, start lifetime 0.2, start size, let's see if it's 1, then we'll work on the scale later. So if we play, yeah, it's our muzzle flash. So now let's do let's change our color to the yellow, and let's change our gradient for our color, our alpha, sorry, like to the half of the value, because we want it to be a little bit transparent. Yeah, it will be okay. Maybe let's choose brighter yellow. Okay. Let's move our flash to the top of our weapon, so somewhere here, and let's change the scale to 0.5. Maybe let's do the lifetime 5. Let's do the looping to see our flash. The play. Okay, so let's have it like that somewhere here. Okay, so let's change it back to 0.2, 0.2, and now when we shoot, we will not be instantiated again, but we'll call our particle system and we'll just hit play. Okay, we want to turn off play on start. No, there is no more option like that. Okay, perfect. So now this effect will be ready. Let's turn off the looping and let's make it, let's name it the flash, and let's create prefab from this one. Okay, perfect. So now let's go to our script for our weapon. So weapon, where is our script? Here. Okay. When we shoot, we want to play our animation. So again, let's make public particle system. It's called flash, so it's our reference. And here, when we shoot, let's instantiate, let's play our particle system. So flash dot play. Okay, now our flash will be played. So let's go to our game. Okay, let's go to our player, our weapon, and let's yeah, here it's not added. Let's add flash. Let's override our settings for our weapon prefab, and let's check how it works. Yeah, perfect. So as you can see here, we have a flash instantiated when we shoot from our weapon. Okay, so that's good. One more thing which I would like to add, it's maybe let's have a particle system for death of our enemy. So let's go to our particle system again. We'll create like simple explosion for our zombie. Where is our, okay, let's create it here. Create FX particle system. I need to get, and let's create prefab again. So to make depth effect, we'll again need to change the default system to the sprite. Let's go to the texture shader. Let's go to the sprite here. No special sprite. The emission will be burst. Let's make it like 50. Rate over time will be turned off. Let's go to the depth. Okay, and let's change the shape for circle. Do we have circle? Yeah, there's his circle. Let's play. Okay, it's rotated 90, but we don't want to have that, so we want to have to 0, 0, 0, 0, and here, let's play. Perfect. Maybe we want it bigger, so that's like 0.3. Yeah, the properties. Yeah, the properties are. Oh man, I double click the enemy hit effect, so let's Ctrl Z everything. Okay. Okay. So let's check again how the enemy hit effect works, because maybe I just crashed enemy hit effect. Now it works fine. Okay, so let's go to the depth. Okay, so texture is okay, it's changed. The shape, we want circle. We want 0 here. 0, 0, 0. The color will be red. Actually, I want two colors. Yeah, color red, and no, let's leave color white, and we'll random between two colors. So, I want it to be quick animation, so like make it 0.3, and again let's random between two values, 0.1, 0.3. Start speed, it's random between 5 and 10. Start size, it can be 1. Now let's random it. 0.5 to 1, and starting color, let's have random between two colors. First one will be red, and other one will be green, because we have green zombie here. So yeah, it looks much better for me, at least now. I think it's yeah, let's make again color over lifetime, and let's change the alpha for colors to be 0 at the end. Okay, perfect. So now we need just add a reference to, as always, we will have to add a reference for our depth of our zombie. For now, yeah, I think the best way is to do it in our health system. So let's make public particle system depth. Yeah, let's make depth particle reference. So when we die, we'll instantiate our particle. So before we destroy our game object, let's instantiate particle system. Sorry, not particle system. We have that particle. Yeah, the particle. This is the particle we instantiate. The position we instantiate is game object dot transform dot position, and the rotation is and the rotation is transform dot rotation. This is the rotation of our object the script is attached to. So now we'll have just sorry, not the Kennedy side, but our Unity. So our dead animation, our dead particle, so let's delete this one. Our prefab of our dead animation is here, so let's go to our zombie and let's grab and move our dead particle here to our zombie. Let's change the health for our zombie to 1 and let's check how it works. Boom. Nothing happens, and nothing happens not because it doesn't work, but we probably didn't change the sorting layer. Should be gameplay. Sorry, if you change something when you have play pressed, nothing will happen. So remember to do that, to have it not in the play mode, to have Unity not in the play mode. So let's go again to our zombie. The particle is attached. Let's change the dead particle renderer. Yeah, it's gameplay. Yeah, because on the prefabs, if you change something in the prefabs, even in play mode, it will the change will work. Sorry, a little bit confusing, but yeah, okay. Again, we need to turn off the looping. Okay. Boom. We forget to add one thing for our particle systems. So let's go to our scripts. To save our memory, as you can see here, when we are shooting, we add something like that after 3 seconds for our bullet. After 3 seconds, our bullet will disappear, and something similar we should add for our animations. Let's go. Our depth is too big, so let's change it to 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. So yeah, so that of our zombie will be smaller now. Let's test it again. Perfect. You can make it smaller if you want, but this one looks okay for me for now. So as I mentioned, here we want to remove see here our particle systems should die after some time. So to do that, let's go to our scripts where we instantiate our particle system. First of them is our bullet. So to kill our bullet after some time, we'll need to reference the object we instantiate. So let's write particle system pass and let's kill it. And to kill it, to destroy it, so let's use the same function we used to destroy the bullet after 3 seconds, but now we need to destroy object we instantiate, and we need to call game object if you will call the particle system if this will not work. So let's destroy it after 1 second. Our particle system animation is like 0.2, so it will be fully played, so don't worry about that. And let's do the same for the instantiate of our death animation. So let's copy this one here, and now we can test how it works. So let's play. Okay, nice, it works. I would like to change one thing. I don't like this animation. Let's change this to 0.3 to 0.6. Let's check again how it looks during the game. Oh, now it looks better. This is much better for me. Perfect. So that's all I had planned for this video. So we improved the look of our game with a few simple tricks. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you liked the video and it was very helpful for you. If you liked it, please put the thumb up and please subscribe to my channel. Now you can see that game looks much better. Okay, thank you for watching and have a nice day.